Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MJR YouTube channel. I want to play for you two clips of Jeremiah Kioni. In the first clip, I want you to listen to Jeremiah Kioni warning Rigathi Gachagua of being used at dump by William Samoei Ruto. And this clip was recorded 2 years ago, few months, or at least I can say less than a year after UDA took over the power.
The Deputy President confirmed the other day that he was responsible or in charge of the reshuffling and the sacking of some of the regional commissioners who supported the Jubilee, the Azimio government. Gachagua has also said that he is going to go for the cartels, so-called cartels, of the people who worked with Jubilee government. That vindictive approach is really the perpetuation or perfection of a political agenda. If it is a real criminal thing, then they should allow the institutions or the agencies that have been set in the constitution to perform their work. Anything else is weaponizing the same agencies, is actually perfecting the capture, the state capture that they seem to have had a lecture on. And these are issues that will certainly make this government very unpopular. And I want to tell you, given the trade we have seen in the last 100 days now plus, this is a one-term government. I am certain the same Kenyans who put them in office are the same Kenyans who stop them. Whether they plan to leak 2027, whether they have their brothers and sisters in the IEBC, this government will not see 2027 if they do not, if this is the trade that they have taken. And for Gachagua, the die is cast. William is done with you. If he had any respect for you, he will not be shifting you from one office to the other. He will not be using you. He will not be using you as the cannon, because your mouth, the mouth has a loose cannon, and he has been used. His mouth is the weapon to hit others. As you go down, leave the Kikuyu community alone. Don't go down with it.
And in the second clip, I want to play for you Jeremiah Kioni today speaking in a Spice FM during an interview in the Situation Room. And listen to what he said.
In fact, I have said before that I have welcomed Ligiji come to our side. It's good that you now can see what we were telling you before you voted, ya kwamba hapo ni shida, umetuweka ndani ya shida, amekubali kutoka huko. He is actually the best he is the best soldier now to fight the system that he put in place.
Oh,
hang on a minute. I'm happy about that.
Sorry, yes, Jay, I have to ask you because I know we want to go to a break, but I have to ask you something there. You've just said the words that he's the best soldier to take over. So,
not to take over,
or to join. He's the best.
He's the best soldier. He's the best soldier.
He's been inside and he's seen what would have gone wrong. So
he's the best soldier attacking and fighting the system he put in place.
Because he's been there.
Because not maybe because he's been there, but because he has now to fight them because they have thrown him out. And when you are fighting an enemy, you welcome everybody else. We need, let me tell you, colleagues, it's overwhelming to deal with the mistakes that are being committed by KK. You need as many people as possible to come and help you. It's overwhelming. Every single day there is a disaster that is in the making. Today,
Jeremiah Kioni was inviting Rigathi Gachagua to join forces with them to defeat William Samoei Ruto. And Jeremiah Kioni is saying that Rigathi Gachagua, if I can quote him right, that he is the best person to help them remove this system that he helped to set in place. He may be right to some extent, and this can tell you the reason why the political class and more so William Ruto's side should not narrate former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Gachagua's impact in Kenyan politics will be felt and felt substantively in 2027. You know, nobody could believe right now that Gachagua helped William Ruto to win votes from Mount Kenya, because there was an assumption that Ruto had traversed Mount Kenya and had won the hearts and the mind of the Mount Kenyans before even the election, since they had cut the ties with Uhuru Kenyatta and the Jubilee administration for the failure to accomplish the promises they made to the people of the mountain during the 2017 general election campaign. And they felt that Uhuru Kenyatta betrayed William Ruto. So it is the same wrath that William Ruto is going to meet in 2027 if what is being perpetrated is anything to go by. And if the efforts of Rigathi Gachagua will bear fruit come 2027, then Ruto should forget Mount Kenyan votes. As much as he will try to plant some agents, some foot soldiers in the mountain, and to use Moi tactics, as I see him trying to do now, he might not succeed as much as he expects. So the following things must be considered and be done by the opposition if at all their urge to win the election and to bring change in Kenya is anything to go by, and that vision and dream to live for a long time. Number one, they need the unity. All these people who have the same idea to remove Ruto from power must unite and to put their energy together to accumulate their idea to see how to foster a juggernaut of battle-tested warriors that can send Ruto home. And if they go different ways, they will split the votes and Ruto will go into the State House very easy come 2027. Number two, the opposition needs a proper structure, a working campaign system, a working secretariat that will enable them to have a strategy which will make them reach the people and to help them sell their ideas to the people that will enter into their hearts and mind and to touch their hearts, so that come 2027 they will see the sense. That cannot happen if it does not start from the grassroots. They must have their foot soldiers in all corners of this country. They must have enough manpower and personnel to sell their manifesto to the people. Number three, what they need is to bank on William Ruto's mistakes. They must offer to Kenyans the solutions of William Ruto's mistakes, because Kenyans are anxious and pregnant with hope that the next government will solve the problems that William Ruto has failed to solve and to give them what they have missed in William Ruto's government. In the year 1994, Julius Kambarage Nyerere former president and the founding father of Tanzania, told the Chama Pinduzi delegates before they vote for their presidential candidate that he said this word: chagueni mgombea atakayekidhi mahitaji ya Watanzania, awe mgombea atakayepigana na rushwa, awe mgombea atakayetatua swala la ufisadi. And what amazes me is that he said, kile ambacho Watanzania watakosa ndani ya CCM wataitafuta nje ya CCM. So what the opposition should take advantage of is what Kenyans have missed in Ruto's administration, because Kenyans will look it from somewhere else, and the option that must be offered to Kenyans will be a formidable opposition with a prescription of Kenyans' problems. Number 4, resources. Do they have enough funds, vehicles, money to pay agents? Because if they don't have these ones, the system and the deep state that we hear about will wash them very early in the morning. In this way, they will start to corrupt the system from the IEBC. They will corrupt the system from the polling station if the opposition will not have enough agents or enough money to pay their agents from the polling station to National Tallying Center. Because you know how that work is tiresome. Sometimes the agents are frustrated and thrown out of the tallying centers, which make it very easy for one side to rig the votes of the other. So the opposition must have and accumulate and pull their resources together to ensure they oil the wheels of their campaign machinery so that they face Ruto without any fear of voter bribery. Lastly, public awareness. Let the people understand why the Kenya Kwanza regime should be sent home. If they don't do that, Ruto have the favor of the media at the moment. Ruto have bloggers, and he might use resources to corrupt the media, mass media and social media, to sell wrong agendas to the people. Because you know what? Most of the voters who reside in the rural areas does not take much time to follow the current affairs, the trendings, until they are told by the learned or the politicians. You know, the funny thing with Kenyans is that the elites try to behave or tend to behave as if they don't want to associate themselves with politics, or they don't want to discuss and to talk politics. And this leaves Kenyans with a little awareness, so that when it comes to a decision making, they make wrong decision based on what their political kingpins have told them, or their emotions have told them, or what their tribesmen have decided for them. So they don't make decision out of consciousness, but they make decision out of what they are told or what they hear. So for opposition to work and to work properly, those 5 boxes must be ticked. They must confirm unity, that they are united and they will not split their votes. They must have funding, enough resources to fuel their campaign engines and machines. They must have proper structure, a workable secretariat. They must bank and to give solution on Ruto's mistakes going forward. If they got all this correctly, and then we can say that Kenyans can now vote them and they can go to sleep knowing very well that they have proper preparation to face Ruto 2027. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and may God bless you.